Students, in this part we will cover introduction, foreign trade and integration of markets. What is globalization? Students, before starting today's content, let us recall what we have discussed in previous part. Students, in previous part we have seen that an MNC is a company that owns or controls production in more than one nation. These companies set up offices and factories for production in region where they can get cheap labor and other resources. This is done to ensure that the cost of production remains low and MNCs can earn greater profits. Students, we have also seen that the money that is spent to buy assets such as land, building, machines and other equipments is called investment. Investment made by MNCs is called foreign investment. Every investment is made with the hope that the assets will earn profits for these companies. MNCs can provide money for additional investments like buying new machines for faster production. MNCs might bring with them the latest technology for production. MNCs also buy some local companies to expand production since they have wealth exceeding the entire budgets of some of the developing countries. Students, we have also seen that MNCs spreading their production across the globe. There are variety of ways in which MNCs are spreading their production across the globe, such as setting up partnerships with the local companies, using the local companies for supplies, and closely competing with the local companies or buying them. As a result, production in these widely dispersed locations is getting interlinked. Students, today we will start the content that is foreign trade and integration of markets. Students, integration of markets is the process of selling goods and services beyond the domestic markets and create an international market for products. This allows producers to expand their business and compete with other producers of the world in other markets. Students, for a long time, foreign trade has been the main channel connecting countries. In history, you would have read about the trade routes connecting India and South Asia to markets both in East and West, and extensive trade that took place along these routes. As students, we have seen in history chapter that is Silk Route, which was connecting different countries for trade. It was ancient trade route. Also, you would remember that it was trading interest which attracted various trading companies such as the East India Company to India. Students, once Britishers, they ruled here. They came here as a trading company. They started their trading center in India. Mostly, they were exporting they were exporting from India the raw materials to different markets, just like cotton, spices, indigo, opium. They were sending the materials to their own country also, and from there the mill-made clothes were sent to Indian market. In this way, they were making much more profit. Mainly, the profit making is the main objective of MNCs. That's why they do investment in different countries. simply, foreign trade creates an opportunity for the producers to reach beyond the domestic markets, that is, markets of their own countries. Students trade, generally it is buying or selling of goods and services for money. But foreign trade creates an opportunity for the producers to sell their products outside from the country. Or we can say to sell their products from the outside to the outside market, that is outside from their own country. Producers can sell their products not only in markets located within the country, but can also compete in markets located in other countries of the world. Students, nowadays, producers can sell their products in different markets other than their local market. Similarly, for the buyers, import of goods produced in another country is one way of expanding the choice of goods beyond what is domestically produced. Students, nowadays, they are able to use the products. Those are not produced in our country. So, globalization has increased the choices for the consumers. They can use the products which is not domestically produced in their own country. Students, in general, with the opening of trade, goods travel from one market to another. Choice of goods in the markets rises. Prices of similar goods in the two markets tend to become equal. And producers in the two countries now closely compete against each other, even though they are separated by thousands of miles. Students, with the opening of trade, goods travel from one market to another. Now it has increased the choices of the people. Prices of similar goods in the two markets tend to become equal. And producers in the two countries now closely compete against each other. Now students, as producers, they are doing competition among them. Now, by sitting far away, they can do competition. They can sell their products in different markets and they compete with each other, even though they are separated by thousands of miles. For example, during Diwali seasons, buyers in India have the option of choosing between Indian and Chinese decorative lights and bulbs. Many shops have replaced Indian decorative lights with Chinese lights. For Chinese light manufacturers, this provides an opportunity to expand their business. Students, during Diwali seasons, now we can purchase Chinese decorative lights and bulbs. It is because of globalization. Many shops have replaced Indian decorative lights with Chinese lights because they want to get more profit. For Chinese light manufacturers, this provides an opportunity to expand their business. And also it gives opportunity to the Chinese manufacturers to sell their products in different markets. In Indian markets, we can get products of different countries. Students, nowadays we should focus on Indian products. But because of globalization in Indian market, we can get products of different countries. So we can say that foreign trade thus results in connecting the markets or integration of markets in different countries. Students, globalization is the process of rapid integration or interconnectedness between countries. Or we can say globalization is defined as the integration between countries through foreign trade and foreign investment by multinational corporations, that is MNCs. Students, first of all, we should know that what is foreign trade and foreign investment. Students, trade generally it refers to buying or selling of goods and services for money. Earlier it was just exchanged with goods and services were exchanged with other commodities. Foreign trade creates a trade link with other countries and opportunities for the producers to reach beyond domestic markets. Goods travel from one place to another. Choice of goods in the market increases and prices of similar goods tend to become equal. Students, as I told you that trade refers to buying or selling of goods and services for money. But if it is done by MNCs or foreign company, it becomes foreign trade. Or in simple words, we can say foreign trade is export and import. The backbone of any foreign trade between nations is products and services which are being traded to some other locations outside a particular country's border. Now, what is foreign investment? Students, money is spent to buy assets such as land, building, machines, etc. is called investment. And if this investment is made by MNCs, it is called foreign investment. Investment is made with the objective of earning profit. MNCs set up production jointly with some local companies of the countries in which they are making investments. It is a benefit for local companies as they get additional investment from MNCs and new technology for production. Students, in the past 2 or 3 decades, more and more MNCs have been looking for locations around the world which would be cheap for their production. For investment by MNCs in these countries has been rising. At the same time, foreign trade between countries has been rising rapidly. A large part of the foreign trade is also controlled by MNCs. Students, the way in which the world economy is integrated in the modern world is globalization, as it is clear to you. Take example of Microsoft. Microsoft is having its headquarters in USA. This company is getting part of its software developed in India and several other countries. And Microsoft software is being used across the world. Another example can be Ford Motors based in USA. Students, once I want to recall you that Ford Motors we discussed in history chapter, that is the making of globalization. Ford Motors founded by Henry Ford. Ford is having manufacturing plants in Chennai, and car manufactured in Chennai go for sale in other countries. Moreover, company may be getting gearboxes produced in some other country, seat belts from different companies, lights, rear view mirrors in some other nations by some other companies. Almost all the components get supplied by various vendors or sellers to the Ford Motors, which assembles them to make the car. These activities help in generating employment opportunities across the world. This turn effect on the world economy. You can think of various activities in the step of final production of product or a service which take place around the world at different locations. Why the MNCs are doing so? Students, MNCs are playing a major role in the globalization process. They do production in different countries. As globalization today, it made production a complex way. Nowadays, production by MNCs is taking place in a complex way as they are making design in one country, its part in another country where manufacturing cost will be less. They assemble its part in different country that should be near to the market. So we can say nowadays the production of goods and services are taking place in a complex way. As we have seen, they are making the components of car in different countries. Somewhere they are making gearboxes, some other countries they are taking seat belts, some other countries they are taking mirrors. So different parts they are taking from different countries, wherever the cost they are getting, the manufacturing cost they are getting less. And all these parts are assembled to the place which is near to the market so that they can easily sell in the market and make more profit. So we have seen the different steps for the final production of a product. So we can see more and more goods and services, investment and technology are moving between countries. Most regions of the world are in closer contact with each other than a few decades back. Students, beside the movements of goods, services, investment and technology, there is one more way in which the countries can be connected. Can you guess what is that way? Students, this is through the movement of people between countries. People usually move from one country to another in search of better income, better jobs, or better education. In the past few decades, however, there has been there has not been much increase in the movement of people between countries due to various restrictions. As people, they have to go through the process, various restrictions nowadays by the governments. But it is another way of globalization. Not only goods are traveling, the people are also traveling from one place to another place in search of income, better jobs, or better education. So we can see, besides the movement of goods, services, investment and technology, there is one more way in which the countries can be connected, that is the movement of people between countries. In the last, test your progress. Students, some questions are given here. Try to answer these questions on the basis of explanation. These questions are: what is investment? How is foreign investment different from it? What is the role of MNCs in the globalization process? Besides the movement of goods, what are the ways in which countries can be linked? How is foreign trade interlinking markets, different countries? Explain with example. So students, these are some questions. Try to answer these. And I suggest you, once you should go through your NCERT book. You can get help from there.